Hi, my name is Phillip Guzman, and I'm a digital content producer here at CAG, which means I pretty much make all the video content you see coming out of Macho Marketing. Today, I'm not going to be talking about any of that, but rather about time management, something that I personally am always trying to get better at. While at a workshop in Kansas City, I was introduced to a pretty cool idea called the Eisenhower Matrix. The Eisenhower Matrix is named after Dwight D. Eisenhower, who was the 34th President of the United States. But before that, he was a general in the U.S. Army. In 1942, shortly after the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, Eisenhower was assigned to the General Staff in Washington, D.C., with his primary objective being the defeat of Japan and Germany. By 1943, Eisenhower was given the title of Supreme Allied Commander in Europe and was in charge of the Allied assault on Normandy. Now, being the Allied commander was a big deal because Eisenhower wasn't just in charge of American troops, but of every nation's military that was fighting against the Axis power. He was bombarded with notes, messages, meetings, advisors, war rooms, strategists, politics, you name it. Eisenhower had data, choices, and tasks thrown at him from every direction, and decisions had to be made. There's no way Eisenhower could have successfully led the world to victory if he didn't know how to manage his time. And here comes the invention of the Eisenhower Matrix. The Eisenhower Matrix consists of 4 squares or quadrants. The words urgent and not urgent run across the top, and important and not important run down the side. So when a task came in, Eisenhower would rate it. Is this task important and urgent? And if the answer is yes, then it falls into the first quadrant, which means do it today. It is now your top priority. If a task comes in that's important but not urgent, you schedule it, put it on the calendar, give it a time and a date, and complete it later. If a task is urgent but not important, you delegate it. I feel like this quadrant is the one that a lot of us, myself included, struggle with. We all get caught up in trying to do everything, and we don't stop to ask, is this important to why I am here? I'll give a general for instance. I'll use a sales manager as an example. A contract comes in and oh no, it's missing a signature or whatever. Now we've got a sales manager trying to chase down a missing signature, which seems like a pretty big waste of their time and talents. He or she could have just sent somebody else to do it or called an Uber to deliver the package and get it signed. Every one of us have the same 24 hours in the day, and it's important to maximize those hours with what's important. Finally, the last quadrant is defined as not important and not urgent. And if that's what it is, then don't waste your time with it, throw it in the trash, and move on. Thanks to these practices, in 1945, Dwight D. Eisenhower and the Allied nations defeated what was probably the greatest evil mankind has ever faced. And if it worked on a scale that large, with so much at stake, then surely it can add a little bit of benefit here at CAG. Also, we've got some pretty cool little stickers here with the Matrix on it. So ask your GM, you can email them, knock on the door, or shoot them an email and they'll hook you up with one if you think this may help you manage your time a little better as well. Thank you very much for your time.